Counterpart International is a development non-governmental organization, and the key to our work is actually working with the local communities to ensure that they have the tools which they need to build a better life for themselves, their communities and their countries. So this is why we're here at Davos, because we're looking at climate change and its relationship to tourism. Now, as we've all been saying, tourism is the largest voluntary transfer of resources from the rich to the not so rich in the world. And our major concern is trying to ensure that most of these resources going into tourism stay in the developing world. Because as we know, for example, American tourists take more money to Guatemala, for example, than the American government gives in aid. And the thing is that this cash stays in the communities where it belongs. Likewise, British tourists take more money to Costa Rica than the British government gives in aid to that particular country. So this is the enormous power of tourism which we have recognized, and we're trying to ensure that this massive economic power represented by tourism can be used to fight poverty in the developing world. So when we come here to Davos, where tourism is linked to climate change and of course attempts to mitigate climate change, then we're looking at an even larger pot of money, if you like, which we think should go to development. For example, we know that in several years' time, the measures taken by the Western European countries to deal with climate change is going to exceed the gross domestic product of Western Europe. This is enormous. These are huge amounts of money. So what we're trying to say is that yes, please do work to improve your own environment and to mitigate the effects of carbon emissions in Western Europe, but don't forget that we in the developing world, we suffer the consequences of declining tourism and things, and so we need to ensure that as much of this, or even a small part of this huge cash transfers are going to be used for carbon emissions trading and mitigation of climate change. We want some of that to go to fight poverty in the developing world. So the combination of climate change and tourism for us represents the biggest opportunity we have as development people to get cash and resources to the poor of the world.